Storm, a comedy game podcast by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design. I'm Ben Slinger, and with me, as always, is Trevor Scott.
Hello.
Hello. Trevor, you look lighter.
I don't have as much hair.
Although
That's because I chopped it all off.
you chopped it all off, and you have a new pair of eyewear, which
Yes.
is making up for it a little. So
Yes. I'm preparing my eyes for eye joysticks.
right, yeah.
So first stage is to you get the glasses on because that's emulating the VR
The goggles that you will need on at all times.
that you have on at all times. And then the next step is in the next couple of weeks I'll be fitted for eye joysticks.
Yep.
And I need to pretend that I'm drawing stuff on
the
the
glasses, right.
on the lenses.
Yeah.
But for the meantime, they're just lenses that like not correct vision, but like just
Help improve
help improve like astigmatism and things like that.
Right. But
it's
the
all
real
about
end
the eye
point
joysticks,
is to get the eye joysticks. Yeah, fair enough.
which are from a very, very, very early episode of season 1. In fact, even pre-season 1 of Bitstorm.
I think that's from a
Proto-Bitstorm.
yes, proto Bitstorm.
But anyway, when we're here, we play a game called Click Pitch. And that is a game where we each have a random word generator in front of us. And on the count of 3 to 1 click, we're going to get a word each. We're going to throw them at each other. We're going to talk about that game that comes out of the union of those two words. And, they make a lovely game design baby. And then when it grows up, we throw it out. And then
We kick it out when it turns 18.
and then we fucking do another one.
3, 2, 1, fuck.
Water.
Reflect.
Okay. Instantly, what came into my mind was there was an old movie, Star Wars related,
Okay.
Ewoks Caravan of Courage. Scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid.
I mean, that movie's always at the top of your mind.
Always at the top of my mind. But the reason why is there's a scene where there's a pool
Okay.
and they look into the pool and they see a reflection. When they go to touch it, they get sucked under the water and then they can't get out. But I like that idea of what if you're looking into a pool
the reflection in the pool.
and you see past the reflection and you see like a whole world down there in this pond or something.
Well,
like that.
there's always an interesting effect when you're looking into a body of water like that of focusing past the surface reflections and, oh, wait, I can see everything that's underneath there. So kind of, having that push through the surface to the world of the Snorks.
For those,
something that's always at the top of my mind.
Something that's always at the top of your mind. For those who don't know Snorks, they're kind of like Smurfs, but they live underwater.
Yeah, they're basically drowned Smurfs. The hat's turned into a little snorkel, which doesn't make sense because they're still underwater and it's part of their head. Like, it's not like they're breathing air in through it from the surface.
But maybe they do every now and again, like reeds. You don't see them, like you see them come out of a building and what sort of, if you got the widescreen version, you'd actually see all the reeds.
All the reeds, they just extend all the way to the surface. But then they're like sea mammals that they only have to take a breath every couple hours.
I just love the idea that it's like in between the scenes that you're seeing in the Storks, or in this widescreen version, you actually see any time that they're off stage, they're using their snork things into reeds and they're just breathing as much air as they can and then straight back out.
Just everyone off screen is just all right, and action. They're basically holding their breath the whole time that they're in the shot.
This is a 3-minute talking scene. Oh shit. Walk on.
Retract their snorkel. I kind of like the idea though of a world underwater where the buildings are connected to the surface, right? They have like these little things where you can get air. You hook your little head snorkel up to it. Mm-hmm. Gets it. Like they've got a whole sort of system around getting enough air. And yeah, they only have to breathe every 10 minutes or something, but they have to be nearby. It's kind of like, it'd be like drinking water for persons. Like, you should drink a certain amount of water every day. So people often have a water bottle close or whatever. Like, in this place, they have air things. They have things that are connected to the surface or connected to, like, tanks of air. But for whatever reason, their society is migrated below the surface.
So what I like is thinking back to early 80s and 90s game design. Sonic. Anytime they went underwater, a bubble of air was enough.
Don't give me PTSD to those underwater. No, I'm back there.
Oh, I breathed in. Okay, now I can go a little bit further. But the idea of having that sort of, oh, you're in the storage cupboard. Oh, look, there's an air bubble at the top. Okay, I can just quickly breathe some of that. Like, and that's
okay. Yeah, like I could see it as a. I mean, maybe it's a licensed Snorks Sega Mega Drive game.
I like the idea of it being 3D though, and you're going around and you sort of just, you're in an office building and you sort of, for some reason I'm seeing corporate espionage. So you're not normally in this building, so you're exploring it and you're just trying to find basically the CEO's office, trying to get into his computer.
Yep.
You've got the password there. You know all this sort of stuff, but you know that's at the top of the building, and you've got to get through all these things, and you got to get enough air as you go.
Yep.
Wherever you can sort of find it. The further that you go up, maybe there's certain sections that, you need to actually swipe for air or something like that, and you don't have a card, so you've got a sort of jury rig.
Yep.
Some sort of thing together that's gonna get you through these next 5 levels.
Yeah, well, and that could change up the gameplay a little bit in that way. Like, now it's more stealth based or something. You have to like get the bubbles that are left over by other employees or something. That's fun. And then you get to the top, and the whole top level is actually above the surface of the water because the CEO is a Smurf, and they're your oppressors. They're the ones who sent you down under the water.
So somehow, from water and reflection, we've got the Snorks and Smurfs.
Yeah,
and the fact that they are actually natural enemies.
Oh yeah.
And Smurfs.
Snorks are downtrodden and
100%.
They've been forced under the surface.
But no one knows that, this corporation is actually run by a Smurf. Like, no. you actually get up there and you have a look, you open up his thing, and there's like a snorkel on a headband. and then you look to the side and you see a Smurf hat.
Yep.
And it's like, oh shit, he's actually a Smurf.
Like, yeah, because he's been just replacing his hat with a fake snorkel.
What do you think Smurfs have under their hat?
I mean, vestigial snorkels. Clearly, they feel like they're actually a sort of sibling species with a common ancestor, but they feel like they are more evolved.
Do you know what's really creepy about that whole thing? Smurfette was created by Gargamel.
Yeah.
So there is no female Smurf.
No, they must breed, mitosis or something.
If you actually look at say the Smurfs cartoon,
yeah,
like every single one of them, like doesn't have anything going on down here. It's just smooth.
Yeah.
But you never see under their hat. So I reckon that's actually where their organ is.
I mean, again, it could be a similar thing because
that's where the new Smurf comes out of.
Oh, that's the birthing canal.
That's the birth canal.
Yeah. I want a really good animator to demonstrate that.
So Smurfs and Snorks are actually the exact same thing. It's just that
Oh yeah, because that's because snorkels are clearly the
Snorks breathe
genitals as well.
through them. We don't know how they give birth. That never happened in the cartoon. One of them was pregnant. Their head was really really big, but you never saw it because it got cancelled before it.
There's a rumor that the missing episode, the birth episode, is out there somewhere. Well, I mean, this is the thing. Like, Smurfs might also breathe through whatever's on their heads, and their hats then are essentially like masks, like filtering out
the gas masks.
They're basically gas masks. Like, maybe Smurfs are actually Snorks. Like, maybe they're not as different from Snorks as they claim to be. We're blowing this shit wide open.
We really are. I think before we go any further on this, we should click again.
Yeah, before we get in trouble. We'll have Gargamel after us. 3, 2, 1, click.
3, 2, 1, click.
Passage.
Reproduce.
We can't get away from it. We're being sent back to the reproductive passage of the Snorks and the Smurfs.
That just worked perfectly because listeners should know I pulled back 10 words and I saw the word reproduce come up. I can't not choose that.
Yep. All right, let's not go with either.
We won't go with it.
Ooh, scandal.
Applaud.
Golf clap. What sort of scandal? Well, who would applaud a scandal, I suppose? I mean, around like paparazzi kind of thing, or
I mean, the opposition would. Would applaud
like politics.
In politics.
Is this around generating scandals to bring down your political enemies in some way?
I like the idea of that. I like the idea of playing like, you're playing a campaign manager sort of thing, and you're trying to fuck over like
the you know other. What I miss?
What?
You know what I miss? Back in the earlier days of the internet, I feel like there are a lot of kind of web-based multiplayer games with like different styles, different things, and they were almost like play by email games or play like you do a turn a day kind of thing.
Yep.
I'm picturing almost a fantasy politics kind of thing. And I don't mean fantasy like orcs and goblins. I just mean like in the way of like fantasy football.
It is a daily thing, but you're not taking turns between each other. A turn happens, and on the server, you get to say what you're going to do.
Yeah,
for
like
the day.
This is
and whoever gets in first happens first.
Or maybe you wouldn't want to necessarily penalise based on when in the day they can play. It would almost be though, like there's a resolution of the state
at the end of each day,
at midnight each night or something. And essentially, like, things play out simultaneously as they were. Like, it's played through and all the moves are sort of resolved. But I'm thinking there's a real social aspect to it of, like, you are not only potentially campaigning for yourself, but your vote, like, there are votes and polls and things happening based on things that other players are putting out there. And so you start seeing these like waves of popularity because, whatever, Jeremy over there.
What I like is if there's...
put something on his campaign poster or whatever,
The server's dealing with multiple games all at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And this is sort of like, say, a countrywide sort of thing that, it's nameless country, but everyone's sort of sorted into two-person races, depending on...
Oh, okay. Yep.
Two-person or whatever. And it's sort of like you're basically going up against someone else continuously, and if you get them to drop out, like they haven't actually responded for a little bit, you kind of win that race, and you're gearing up now for the next next level.
Okay. So you're almost like primaries
primaries, that sort of stuff,
thing,
until
you're the candidate for the whole
and then
server.
when you're the candidate for that county, like you've got on the opposite side, it's like you've been seen as, you know, you've played the best game, but now it's like it's your politics against their politics, and it's now fighting off against them. Whoever then wins that, you're then building up to the next level and having to deal with the politics at a higher level.
Yeah, I do. I like the idea of that sort of mass involvement. And obviously, you know, we're not going to go into how you'd get that many people playing, because that's a whole other thing. But
we purchase them all. We paid them all money.
Yeah, they're just all people that we've paid. But
in fact, they're all just AI bots. They're just fucking good. It's
not a game at all. We've just spawned off 1 million AI bots, spent $30,000 in LLM tokens,
and tricked that one streamer into playing. Like,
yeah, it's basically like Jury Duty, that TV show, but there's only one person that's not an AI bot. That's a whole different game, actually. You somehow convince someone that there's a whole massive community of people playing.
You somehow getting to not look at your Twitch channel, but you get everyone else into the Twitch channel.
You just block them. They're blocked. You block that one person from your Twitch channel. Like, oh, why have I blocked you? I don't know. I must have been a random, you know.
And it's like everyone else in the world, this is what's going down. You cannot tell this one person. It's the only way this works.
That's pretty funny. If it weren't so like expensive and environmentally shitty, I kind of like the idea of building up a whole community of AI personalities that just like post once or twice a day or whatever, but based on, you know, the current thread in a forum, essentially. You know, It's an interesting idea.
3 to 1 click.
Yeah. Powder.
Jury.
Did you really get jury? Was that already in your 10, or that was in your next 10?
In my next 10?
That's really funny. Okay. And powder. Powder.
Powder.
Say powder.
Powder. Like chowder.
Chowder. It's chowder.
But you don't know the clams. You think clams are chowder.
Yeah, I'm going to have some clams. There's clams in it, but it's clams. It's going to be a deep cut for almost nobody.
Okay, I like the idea of jury because I don't think we've ever seen like kind of like an adventure game sort of thing. I'm thinking
like a 12 Angry Men sort of situation.
But you're just one man in that jury, and you've listened to everything, and now you're in there, and whatever you decide, you know, you've now got to try and bring other people onto your reasoning.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. I think you'd have to, because you'd almost need to make it be very hard to make that responsive well. I mean, you could have, okay, there's 11 other people, and they're essentially all their own storylines, right? And it's about, okay, how do you bring them on? But do you try to interconnect them? Are these like point and click adventure puzzles, or is it more of a visual novel style thing? Because you could have like, point and click sort of thing. Once you've brought these two people on, then you've got, you know, some knowledge or a tool or whatever to help.
You've got a jury foreman now, and he's on your side. So
yeah, you can like get the good snacks that such and such wants, and now they'll talk to you about it. You know,
because of course this sort of thing can go on for quite a while. Storylets almost comes into play now.
Oh God, yeah.
Now you would have that be sort of somewhat predetermined, but it's like when certain things happen, certain other.
I think it'd be more similar to the Inkle style thing with the sort of story chains. Then in that way, where they can affect each other, but you know, for this person, you're sort of, you know, you're 20% of the way along their chain, But that's given you a certain piece of knowledge that might like let you branch a certain way on someone else's chain.
I like the idea of, there are certain things that can bring them onto your side and you can choose those things. But it's like there is an ideal route that if you choose these things, this person's instantly on your side and that makes things so much easier. But if you've brought someone else on first, like they dislike
well, that's it. There's going to be tensions
like,
there. Yeah. Yeah. Some people you'll get on straight away, but that's going to make it harder or impossible to then bring on one of the other people, based on certain character things.
I kind of remember what Deathloop were trying to do with, you can go about this any way that you want, but at the end of the run, you gotta take this person out, this person out, this person out, this person out. But it's like you get to choose how it actually happens. It's just doing it certain ways is going to be easier than others. Kind of like that maybe doing it one way, you've just made it impossible for you to actually get over the line. And at the end of the 7th day or whatever, the run is over because they determined that it's a hung jury. There's nothing that can actually be done, and the person goes free or whatever it is. Or if you want to, if we're making him guilty, if we're making him innocent, or not guilty, whatever.
Yeah.
Again, I think we go with the American rules. I do prefer from a court standpoint, it's a little bit easier.
I mean, I think
it's
it's what people kind of know from pop
movies
culture and
pop
stuff.
Culture.
Yeah. You could also do it. You could do a bit of if you wanted to bring the time loop sort of thing into it almost in like a way that Hades does it, or something like Slay the Princess, which I don't know if you played, but where you are redoing stuff, but now stuff's a little bit different. Like you acknowledge that you're going through it again.
Yeah.
And so maybe if you did get that person on, maybe they're just easier to bring on this time. You don't have to like go through literally all of their dialogue again, or maybe things have shifted this time around. Like, maybe you have that little bit of information. And again, Inkle does this in the same way. Like it's about playing the same thing over and over again, but having ways to essentially get certain pieces of information sooner or in different ways once you've established them once.
It could definitely be one of those things that you sort of say, here's where you can get all your information. You've got access to the court record and you can read back anything that you want. You can rehear testimony. I do like the idea that it opens and you're in the jury room. So you need to actually spend time with other people. It's like, oh, remember when such and such said this? Like, this is the reason why I think he's guilty because he said this. And so depending on who you're talking to,
so you're actually learning about the case through. That's interesting. Yeah. It doesn't make for being a very good juror, but I like the idea that like you've got short-term memory loss or something and you didn't want to disclose it. But, the whole case.
You had narcolepsy and you fell asleep at the very start.
Yeah, you actually were asleep with your eyes open the whole time.
Or is that thing of, I know that Phoenix Wright did this at one stage. He got bumped on the head and he lost his memory, so he's trying not to, like...
Right. Or you're someone who's quantum leaped into this juror.
Even better. I love that idea.
You go and look in the mirror. What does he say? Doesn't he always say something when he looks in the mirror?
I've only literally seen 3 episodes and I cannot remember.
All right. This is like Great Scott or something, but I might be getting that mixed up with Back to the Future. Just bear in mind.
When Emmett Brown keeps on saying,
Great Scott.
And I'm like, yes, because that's my surname, Scott. This is really cool. I like the idea of either you've just jumped into this person. You just
come up with something.
We come up with some bullshit as to, they got bumped on the head as they were coming into the jury room. And now they can't remember shit.
Yeah,
they can't even remember who they were, but they know that. I need in order to make this work right. This is where we need to.
Yeah.
You notice halfway through after one of the votes, like if you look into the waste paper basket, like there's discarded votes or something like that.
Right, yeah, they've already had one round or something. That's actually really interesting because then you but because of course they're blind, like they're a secret ballot, but you know how many.
You know how many guilties, how many not guilties there were.
Yeah.
And they don't match.
Oh, as in there's too many.
As in there's like, it was said that there were seven guilties and, 5 not guilties.
But that's not what's in
But that's not what's in the basket. There's 9 not guilties and only 3 guilty.
So someone's even fudging the records or something. Like the foreman's not doing their job properly or intentionally.
And it's like just these little things that just don't seem quite right. Someone's out to change this and make this go longer. I recently watched.
That's actually an interesting little thing that the goal isn't to convict them or acquit them. It's literally that they're trying to make the jury process go longer. They're trying to be sequestered for longer for some reason. It's not even about the case. Like that's almost your twist then is like whoever's been fucking with this stuff, it's just so that they can't make a decision, not that it's about a specific decision.
So it's literally the plot to Jury Duty with Pauly Shore, because that's what happens in it. Pauly Shore,
he's trying to make it go longer.
He tries to make it go longer because they get sequestered in a hotel, and he makes his way up to the penthouse of the hotel, and he doesn't want to leave.
That's such a stupid reason for that.
But he then works out that the guy who was accused, that everyone is saying is guilty.
Yeah.
He couldn't have done it because he had marks on his neck, meaning that he was actually a victim of the
whoever actually did
the
whatever
perpetrator as well. And it turns out that the perpetrator is actually someone who's on the jury.
Right. Okay.
Like, it's kind of a fun film.
That's kind of cool.
And it's stupid, and it's got some people in it that you go, okay, what's this person doing in this film?
Big stars,
relatively big, and it's it is the weirdest fucking film.
I don't think I ever saw it.
I've got it on my Plex. Feel free to.
Of course you do. I think I saw that you got a few of those old.
I went crazy when I got the new server, and I grabbed all
sorts of stuff.
All my legally obtained DVDs and converted them back down into videos.
Thank you for joining us. If you would like to find our previous episodes online, you can go to bitstormcast.com, check them out.
Yeah.
Have a listen. There's more than 500 of them up there now. It's kind of crazy. We've been doing this for a long time.
Long fucking time. If you like the song at the start and end of each episode, nowadays it's Mount Defiance off of the album Containment Failure by the band Dust.
Nowadays, as if it hasn't been that for 9 years plus.
It used to be Heavy Space.
Yes.
Briefly. By Dust.
Also by Dust.
But that only happened for the first 5 or 6 episodes. Yeah. And then we changed it over to Mount Defiance. So, look, we like that song a lot. That's the main reason why we chose it is because of the storm part of it.
Yes. Yeah. So, thank you again for joining us this week on Bitstorm. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Trevor Scott.
And I can't remember anything we just talked about.
And I'm a stork. I'm about to give birth.
Take your hat off.